Great good morning officers. I Smith Kumar Singh welcome all of you in Magadhputraupsc UPSC YouTube channel. My dear friends, today in this video we are going to read, recall and revise the optional subject of BPSC, that is civil engineering. In this video we are only going to read. I am not going to analysis. I am only going to read or looking the syllabus at a glance. What is inside the syllabus, what are the content in which the civil engineering students should prepare for the BPSC if they were taking as it optional in their mains examination. So civil engineering, first we will read section 1, then section 2. Civil engineering BPSC optional subject. Part A, theory and design of structures. A, theory of structures. Energy theorems, Casti-Galeno's theorems, and 1 and 2 unit load methods and methods of constant deformation applied to beams and pin jointed plane frames, slope deflection, momentum distribution, and Carney methods of analysis applied to indeterminate beams and rigid frames. Moving loads, criteria for maximum shear forces and bending moments in beams transversed by a system of the moving loads in fence lines for simply supported plane pin jointed girders, arches, and three-hinged, two-hinged, and fixed arches free shortening and temperature effect in fence lines, matrix, method of analysis, force method, and displacement method. Now, point number B, structural steel, factor of safety and load factors. Design of tensions and compression members, beams of a built-up section, riveted and welded plate girders, gantry girders, stanchions with battens and latching, slave and gusseted braces. Design of highway and railway bridge through the tactile plate girders, variant girders, and Pratt truss. Point number C, reinforced concrete limit state methods design, recommendation of IS codes, design of one bay and two-way slabs, staircase slab, simple and continuous beams of rectangular T and L sections, compressions member under direct load or with or without eccentricity, footing isolated and combined, retaining walls, cantilevers, and counterforce type methods, and method system of the prestation, arteries analysis, and design of section for flexure and loss of prestige. Now part B, fluid mechanisms. Of fluid properties and their role in fluid motion, fluid statics including force acting on a plane and curved surfaces, kinematics and dynamics of the fluid flow, velocity and accelerations, streamlines, equation of continuity, rotationals and rotational flows, velocity, potential and stream function, flow nets and methods of drawing flow nets, sources and sinks, flow separation and stagnation, Euler's equation of motion, energy and momentum equations and their applications to pipe flow, free and force vortices, plane and curved stationary and moving vans, size gates, wires, offices, meters, and ventimeters, dimensional analysis and similitude, Buckingham's pi theorem, similarities, modulus, undistorted and distorted models, movable bait models, and models calibration. Laminar flows fall between the stationary and moving plates, flow through tubes, Reynolds experiments, lubricants, lubrication principles, boundary layers, luminous and turbulent boundary layers on a flat plate, laminar sublayers, smooth and rough boundaries, drag and lift. Now, turbulent flow through pipes, characteristics of turbulent flow, velocity distribution and variation of the friction factor, hydraulic rate line and total energy line, siphons, expansion and contractions in the pipe and pipe network, water hammer. Now open channel flow, Uniform and non-uniform flows, specific energy and specific forces, critical depth resistance equation and variation of roughness coefficient, rapidly varied flow in contractions, flow at a sudden drop, hydraulic jump and its applications. Surges and webs, gradually varied flow, differential equations of gradually varied flow, classification of the surface profiles, control sections, step methods of integration of the varied flow equation. Part C, soil mechanisms and founding engineering. Soil composition, influence of the clay minerals of engineering behavior, effective stress principle, change in effective stress due to water flow conditions, static water table and steady flow conditions, permeability and compressibility of soil. Strength behavior, strength determination through direct and axial test. Total and effective strength, stress strength parameters and total and effective stress path. Methods of site explorations, planning or subsurface exploration programs, sampling procedures and sampling disturbance, penetration test and the plate load test and data interpretation. Foundation type and selections, footing raft and files, floating foundations, effect of floating subs, dimensions, depth and embodiments, load inclinations and groundwater on bearing capacity, settlement components, computation for immediate and consolidation, settlements, limit on total and differential settlement corrections for rigidity, deep foundations, philosophy of the deep foundations files, estimations of individuals and group capacity, static and dynamic approach files, load test operation into frictions on the point bearing, underemmed piles, well foundation for bridge and aspects of design, earth pressure, state of plastic equilibrium, and Coleman's procedures for determining of latest thrust, determination of anchor force and depth of penetrations, reinforced earth retaining walls, concept, material and application. Machines, foundations, mode of variation, determination of the natural frequency, criteria for design, effect of vibration of the soil, vibration isolation. Now part D, computer programming. Type of computers, component of computers. History and development, different languages, Fortran, basic program contents, variables, expression, arithmetic, statement, library, functions. Library functions, control statement, unconditional, go to statement, computed go to statement, if and do statement, continue, call, return, stop, end statement, 1 and 0 statement, formats, field specification, subscripted variables, errors, dimensions, statements, functions, and subrouting, subprograms, application to simple problems with flow chart in civil engineering. Now, section 2. Note A. Candidate shall answer question from any two parts out of the 4 parts below. Part A. Building constructions, physical and mechanical properties of construction materials. Factor influencing selection, brick and clay product, lime and cements, polymorphic material and special uses, stamp, proofing materials. Now, brick work for wall types and crabbing walls, designs, brick masonry walls per IS code, factor of safety, serviceability and strength requirement, detailing a wall, floor, roof, ceilings, furnishing of building, plastering, pointing and painting. Functional planning of building, orientations of building elements of the fireproof constructions, repair to damaged and cracked building, use of ferrocements, fiber reinforced and polymer concrete in constructions, techniques and material for low cost housing, building estimates and specifications, construction scheduling, PERT and CPM methods. Now part B, transportation engineering. Roads, traffic engineering and traffic service, intersections, road sign, signal and marking, classification of roads, planning and geometric design, design of flexible and rigid pavements, Indian Road Congress guidelines on pavement layers and design methodology. Part C. Water resources and irrigation engineering, hydrology, hydrologic cycle: precipitation, evaporation, transpirations, depression, storage, infiltrations, hydrograph unit, hydrograph frequency analysis, and flood estimation. Groundwater flow: specific yield, storage coefficient, coefficient of permeability, confined and unconfined aquifers. Radial flow into a bale under confined and unconfined conditions, tube well pumping, and recuperations test. Groundwater potential: water resources planning, ground and surface water resources, single and multi-purpose project, storage capacity of reservoirs, reservoir losses and reservoir sedimentations, flood routing through reservoirs, economics of water resources project, water requirement for crops, conjunctive use of water, quality of irrigation water, duty and delta irrigation methods and their efficiencies. Canals, distribution system for canal irrigation, canal capacity, canal losses, alignment of main and distributary canals, most efficient section line to channels and their design. Regime theory: critical shear stress, bed loss, bed load and suspended load, transport cost analysis of lined and unlined canals, drainage behind lining, waterlogging causes and control, drainage system design, salinity, canals structure design and of regulations, cross drainage and communication work, cross regulators, head regulators, canal falls, aqueducts, metering films, and canal outlets. Diversion heat works: principle of design of wires on permeable and impermeable foundations, coast loss theory, energy dissipations, stilling basins, and sediment exclusion. Storage work: type of dams design, principles of rigid gravity and earth dam, stability analysis, foundation treatment, joint and galleries, control of seepage, constructions method and machinery, spill base types, crest grade, energy dissipation, river training, objective of the river training and methods of the river training. Now part D, environmental engineering, water supply, estimations of the water resources, ground and surface water, groundwater hydraulic, predicting demand of water, impurities of water and their significance, physical, chemical, and bacteriological analysis, waterborne diseases, and standard for potable water. Now intake, water pumping and gravity schemes, water treatment, principle of coagulations, flocculations and sedimentation, slow rapid pressures, bioflow and multimedia filters, chlorinizations, softening, removal of the taste, odor, and salinity. Water storage and distribution, storage and balancing, reservoir types, location and capacity, distribution system, layout, hydraulics of pipelines, pipe fitting, valves including check and pressure, reducing valves, meters, analysis of distribution system using Hardy-Cross methods of general principles of optimal design based on the cost, had a loss ratio criterion, leak detection, maintenance of distribution system, pumping stations and their operation. Now sewage system, domestic and industrial waste, storm sewage, separate and combined system flow through sewer, design of the sewers and the sewer appurtenances, manholes, inlet, junctions, siphons, sewage characteristic, BOD and COD, solid dissolved oxygen, nitrogen and TOC, standards of disposal in normal water course and on land. Sewage treatment and working principles, unit chambers, sedimentation tank, trickling filters, oxidation ponds, activated sludge process, septic tank, disposal of sludge, recycling of waste water, solid waste collections and disposal. Environmental pollution, ecological balance, water pollution control act, radioactive waste and disposal, environmental impact assessment for thermal power plants, mines, sanitization sites and orientations of building, ventilations and dam proof process, proof courses, houses, drainage conservancies and a waterborne system of water disposal, sanitary appliances, latrine and urinals, rural sanitization. So these are the syllabus, whole syllabus of civil engineering BPSC. So before taking civil engineering as an optional subject in BPSC mains examination, at least at a glance you have to go through their whole content or what is inside the syllabus at least once a time. You have to go before choosing or before selecting civil engineering as a optional subject in BPSC mains examination. The candidate who are from the civil engineering or engineering background can take it as an optional, so depending upon their interest. Anyway, today that's all, and my purpose is only to present you in front of the whole syllabus of BPSC, and along with the civil engineering I also uploaded the video of mechanical engineering, chemistry, botany, history, anthropology, geography, all the syllabus of BPSC as well as UPSC. So that's all, thank you. And before closing the video, I would like to say that if you're the first time on my channel, then like it, share it, as well as subscribe it, and also press the bell icon. If there were any queries, then you can put it into the comment box, as well as if there are any suggestion and advice. So thank you once again, have a great day.